Oh, hello, happy Friday. How are you, my business partners? I hope you had a very good Friday. We are all in the same time zone, and I'm so excited to be here. And to our audience, good evening, all from Kenya. And for those who be watching us from different time zones, good morning and good afternoon and good evening. And for those who be coming to watch us later, we love you too much, and we are so happy that you come to watch our video later. Today we are here. These are business ladies from Kenya, busy business ladies. Yeah, and I'm saying that because we've met several people telling us that this needs someone who is not busy. Oh no, it is for everyone who is willing and ready to take the next step and invest in themselves to change their current situation. And today we are here with my business partners, and to start with our discussion this evening, we are all doing the online business. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Paris Mogane. This is the face you see behind the Paris Mogane online. And also I'm business consultant. I'm a business mentor. And when we talk about business mentor is once you join this online business, you become automatic a business mentor because you will mentor people. And then as you grow, you also get another title, a coach. You get to a coaching level as well. So if you are there, you've been watching us for the longest you can. We are all doing the online business, and this online business is for everyone, anyone coming from any field, anyone doing any other thing, anyone also doing another business, any field that you know. And even for those who are starting, they've never started anything. They have also just finished Form 4, and they are willing. They are over 18, and they are saying, I can talk to my parents to see what is this business if you still don't have anything else with you. This is something that you can do because there's so much to learn. There are skills, there are training, step-by-step training that everyone can learn. And we also gain so much skills here that those skills maybe we could have gone out and start looking for them or even pay for those courses. But we are here learning different things, and this business is not a boredom business, let me tell you. And to start with, today we are going to discuss some of the key things in this online business, or just to encourage you. It's just a conversation to give you information, or to give you an insightful information, to inspire you, to educate you, and even to inform you what we do here. So to start with, I am going to call my first business panelist, that is Falsana, to discuss about something that we have been talking about for the longest. And we keep saying that the salary is not enough. So we want to talk about the salary mindset, to tell someone paycheck alone is not enough. So what else can you do to ensure that you have another source of income? And in this online business, give you that opportunity too. Please, Falsana, unmute yourself and say hi to us as you take us through breaking the salary mindset. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Welcome everyone who is watching us and who will be watching the replay later. And hello to my business partners. It's a pleasure being here. So my name is Farzana. I am a digital business owner and I'm also a consultant, business consultant. So I do both. And yes, just like Perry said, this business is an amazing, beautiful business, can be done part-time or full-time, no experience required. So today we discuss about the salary mindset. And first, I want to, salary is not a bad thing. I want to clarify that. It's good to have a job. It's good to have salary. It's good to have a fixed income. But the big question that everyone who is on a salary needs to ask themselves, if your salary stopped today, how long would you be able to how would you be able to survive? Or how long would you be able to manage if the salary stopped today? God forbid. Because salary, the good thing is you get it every month. It's you know that every month you get your salary, it's fixed. As long as you have a job, your salary is there. You feel security. But it is not always secured. it is not always going to be, the security is the biggest issue because anything can happen. The thing about salary is that we don't control it, it's someone else who controls it. So relying on one paycheck is actually very, very dangerous. And because if that salary stops, and you know that anything can happen, there are things beyond our circumstances that can happen which stop the salary. Like we saw at the time of COVID, a lot of people, the salary stopped. We saw in also in Kenya, I think it was last year when the funding for the NGOs, some of the NGOs stopped, and again, so many people were laid off from their jobs. So that's the thing about salary. And then something about salary is you cannot control it how much it increases because again you wait for a promotion for it to increase, and yet inflation increases every year. And right now we know even fuel costs have gone high. Did the salary also increase? Not really. And that's why having a second income is always very safe. It's always secure and safe. A best plan, it's always best to have a plan B so that you don't come into a situation where you are so stuck that you wonder now what you do, you get into depression and things happen. So you have to accept that we are living in a very uncertain world. Anything can happen anytime. We know there is so much uncertainty today. So it's always good to have a plan B. So a plan B can be of many types, very, very many types. It can be, there are many ways that you can have a plan B. And that's why we believe here that having your own business is the best plan B. So you can have a physical business, you can have any side hustle, any side business, and that's exactly what we do. That's exactly what we teach you. We are here, we do this business as a side business. All of us here have other jobs. Not all of us have other things that we do, and we do this business as a side hustle. Yes, it's not a quick money making. It's not like today you invest and tomorrow you make money. It takes time, it's gradual, but it pays off. Eventually, by the time, if you want to make this your plan A and leave your job, this can actually work. And that's what we do that. So relying on one paycheck is very, very risky, and always having a plan B is the safest option. And there are many ways. We're not saying our business is the best. For us, it is the best, but you can do your own research. It's very simple. We do not force you into this business. We ask you to first look into the webinar, understand what this business is, do your own due diligence. We are doing it. We are proof. We are all from Kenya. We are doing this. It's a global business. And that's the beauty about it. That makes it even more secure because this business, you can do it while sitting at home, while sitting anywhere, and you can do it globally. You can attract, you're not limited to one particular country. You can attract any countries, and that's how what we teach you. And the beauty about this business is no experience is needed. You don't need to be tech savvy. You don't need a big following. And it is so simple and easy to understand. None of us here are tech savvy. So we are doing this business and we know that it's going to soon pay us off the way we expect it. Of course, what it is already paying us off, we're already learning so much. We've already gained skills that are going to go beyond this business. So this is the best plan B that you can have, having a side business. And feel free to check out our business because we are doing it and we are proof that it works. We have seen it work and we know that it works, and we can help you and make it work also for you. Thank you, and back to Paris.
Wow, thank you very much, Fransana, for those great nuggets. And I hope our viewers and our audience, you have a notebook to take notes and also to answer the question. There's one question that we're waiting for your answer somewhere so that we can have this conversation together. You can reach out to Falsana and answer that question. What if your salary is not there? That job is not there. Will you manage? How long will you go with that? So thank you very much, Falsana, for taking us through that salary mindset and also letting us know that we can do an option B. Our viewers, if you are there and you have been looking for a plan B, and you didn't know where to get it, it is here. Come and do your due diligence and get into this system. You will never regret about it. So thank you very much, Farusana, for that. And I'll go to our second panelist, who is also now be telling us, after now we have had everything from Farusana, that we can do this as a plan B. Starting small and growing big. We don't need to be perfect. So just a willing hand. Purity, encourage our viewers. How do they start small and grow big? We've had this is not a get quick rich scheme. How do they start? Thank you.
Thank you, Paris, and hello to my fellow business partners. Um, Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Purity, and I am the face behind the business page Rita Maitha. I'm a wife, a mom of two. I work full time, so I can answer Fazana's question. I work full time and I run my business, my digital business on the side as a plan B, hoping that eventually one day it will become my plan A. Welcome to all our viewers. Welcome today. And I will go straight into it, starting small and growing big. So one thing I've noticed along in my journey in this business is many people sit on their sidelines thinking that they don't have the time, they don't have the knowledge, they need to be perfect to start this business. I'm here to tell you, no, that's not the truth. The truth is that waiting for that perfection is actually what is holding you back. Because in this business, you do not start with a large following. You do not start with all the knowledge. We say, come the way you are. You don't need to have any prior experience. All you need is that willingness to make a change in your life, to make a change in your future, for your future and your children's future. So what I would like the audience to remember is 4 points. Let's put 4 points in mind. Number one is that progress beats perfection every time. Yeah. So you don't have to have it all figured out. Your first steps will always be difficult. Bear in mind, let's picture a child, a baby, when they're learning to walk. Their first steps are always stumbles. They will take a step and then fall back. Yeah. And that is the same way in our business. But we do not stop there. We keep moving. We keep doing our posts. We keep coming here live. It may not always be perfect, but we do not stop. We keep going because that is how we now become perfect. That is how we now grow our businesses. Second thing I want us to remember is consistency. Consistency creates big results. When you keep showing up every day for your business, then you will see the results in the end. The third point I want us to remember is that you already have everything that you need to start this business. Because what do we need in this business? You need a phone, you need internet connectivity, and the willingness to learn. Be coachable. Are you someone who is coachable? And when we say that is because our training is basically online. 90% of it is done online, video-based training. And it is step by step. So you need to have that ability in you to be able to follow the system step by step, not rushing to the next step thinking, I already know this, I'm going to go on to the next step. No. There is something in that training that you thought you knew, but actually you don't know. So be willing to take that step, each and every step as you go along the way. And you will come to realize that you're already equipped with everything you need to run this business. And the fourth and last step is know your why. Why is it that you thought I need to do something else? I need to have something. Is it that, like me, being in a salary, having a salary, but we need to secure our future? Who knows what tomorrow will bring? God forbid. Yeah. But just knowing that I have something that I'm building on the side for myself. Remember, that job is only somebody else's dream that you're building, not yours. Right? Is it that you're looking for more time, flexibility? You want to be able to spend more time with your family. Yeah, maybe your job, you're doing multiple shifts. but you want to now cut back on those shifts and be able to spend time with your children. Those are the things that you need to think about. Why is it that I'm thinking of now starting a business? And make that why a very strong why. Because if your dreams are not, if they don't scare you, then they are not big enough. You've got to have ridiculous dreams and think, this is what I want to do. I want to travel the world next year. I want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Dubai. I want to go everywhere that I have not been able to go because of the limitations that are holding me back. You may think, you may be talking to somebody and saying, oh, I want to do this, I want to do the other. And they look at you and think, we can't do that, because it's not in their vision. But if you have it in your vision and you focus on it, you will be able to do it. You can get there. So with those 4 things in mind, then that is how we start small. We start scared. We start not knowing what tomorrow is going to bring, but keeping our eyes on the prize, which is our why. And that is how we will grow big. And as long as we have that willing heart and we know very well that I want to do this, this is what I'm going for, and nobody's going to stop me, then you will get there. Thank you, Paris. Over to you.
Wow, thank you very much, Purity. And I was really listening to you, and thank you for reminding us about the why. Ask why. To our audience, ask yourself why. Because when you get that why correct, it fuels you, no matter what, no matter how long the journey is. You will not come here to ask us, have you started earning? Have you started earning? Because your why, I believe your high is not a short term, it's a long term. So you should be asking me how we can start this, and where we can, how we can do it, and not how have you started earning? Because that's the question that most of the followers, or even the people who are reaching us to us, they keep asking. So that means your why is not yet grounded. Look at it and ask yourself why, because that one it's a big thing for us, and that is what has kept us moving. When you remember your why, you wake up and do what you're supposed to do, because we are all business owners, so nobody's checking your time. So thank you very much, Purity, for talking about our why. And now I'll go to our third panelist, and I want to tell our audience something before I give my third panelist something. When you remember your why, I know you've noticed we have one member of our panelists today who is jumping out and jumping in because of network. Imagine if was that one for other place, maybe she could not even have jumped twice. She has just reminded me when we used to work from home, and when internet was messing up, you feel good, because now you'll not come back. But because of our why, Mercy keeps coming back. So thank you very much, Mercy. I know your time will come as you still come, keep jumping out and in. And our fourth parents is going to talk about burnout is not a badge of honor. I know you've gotten a burnout where we are working, and I know sometimes you scratch your head and you have to wake up and go. In this online space, it's another thing, but we have to keep moving. At the beginning, Purity has told you it might be, you're not even understanding where you are, but Mary will take us through. The burnout is not a badge of honor. Mary, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Paris, for the opportunity. Good evening to you. Good evening to Purity. Good evening to Palzana and Mercy. It's an honor to be here this evening again to bring this conversation to you. My name is Mary, like Paris has called. I am a mom, a proud digital business owner, and a mentor, humanitarian by profession. And yes, I am working really hard and smart to make this business my plan A, so that, I just fix my mind on it and I because it is possible, guys. It is possible to make it a plan A within a very short time. And that is why you see us here every single day pushing, because you have to be consistent so that you can, transform this business to become your plan A, so that you stop all other things and you put all your hand and your mind and your effort and everything in this business. So it is a good business and we are happy to be here. Burnout. Yes, burnout has been normalized and we know it in our workplaces, especially in our workplaces. It has been normalized for so long that many people do not even recognize it anymore. It has become part of us. It has become, it has become part of our life. It has become so natural to us that we think that which is burnout, we tend to think it's actually ordinary or it's something that is normal. When you wake up, like every single day you wake up, you're feeling tired. You've just woken up, you slept for the night, yet you wake up, you're very tired. When you constantly feel like you are exhausted, your mental is exhausted. When you feel like you're always running behind, schedules, like you're on the run every time. When you feel like, or when you don't have real time for yourself or for your family, how do you define that? Is that natural? That is burnout. And most of these things are things that we've considered very normal, so that we do not recognize them as burnout anymore, because they have become so ingrained in us, they've become so natural to us, yet it's a sign of burnout. Now, if your effort is constantly leaving you drained, the more you work, the more you feel so drained, so disconnected, you feel so overwhelmed, then something clearly is not working. Something that is a red flag, that something is wrong with what you're doing, or with the system, or with the structure of what you're doing. Because, most of the professionals or most of the working parents, we think that the more hours you work, the more money you make, and the more stable you become. Unfortunately, that is not true. Because, the more you work, the more you get tired, the more you get exhausted, and the more at the end of the day, your progress actually becomes slower, the more you become unproductive. So it is not always true that the more you work, the more productive you become. And unfortunately, that is actually the opposite of it. Now, burnout is a signal, as I said. It is not a strategy at all. It is not something really to be proud of. And I don't think there's anybody, like when we keep saying, oh, I feel so tired, it is not something we should actually embrace and look at it like it's really a normal thing, because it's normal. It is a signal, like I said, that your current way of working is really not sustainable at all. Now, sustainability matters in whatever you're doing, so that you can do it longer, so that it can, pay you longer. And when you realize that the way you're working is not sustainable, then it clearly means that you need to look out for something else that can give you that sustainability. And that is where now systems come in. Yeah. So how do you shift then from burnout to building or to getting into a structure that is actually sustainable? You do that by leveraging systems that reduce repetition. Because what clearly brings about burnout is, those tasks that you do repeatedly every single day. You wake up, you go to work, you're doing the same thing from morning to 5 o'clock, the following day, the same. That repetitive work really brings a lot of burnout. And the only way you can deal with that is getting into a structured system that works. Or building something in the pockets of your time, so that you don't have to sit and do something for 8 hours. Or having a clear path of, what you're doing, like a framework of what you're doing, instead of every time you sit and ask, what am I supposed to do next? What should I do next? When you have a clear path, then that reduces the burnout. Or creating something that does not require you to be there physically 100%. That is a system, and it will help you to deal with the burnout. And this is where now our digital business comes in, because our digital business is a system. We work via an automated system. And that allows you to build without burnout, So many people feel guilty of resting. But when you have a system that is working for you, actually you don't even realize it. You realize you have so much time that you can rest. Over weekends you can rest because the system is already working for you. So burnout is not a proof that you are a very good maybe staff member, or you're working too well, or you're very productive. It is a sign that something needs to change, like I've said, and there has to be a better way to build, one that allows you to grow instead of deteriorating or having no peace, having no time for yourself, having no time for your family, and that kind of thing. So to summarize, let me say this. The whole essence of our business is actually to give you more time to do the things that you love most. And that's why we keep talking of flexibility in this business. We talk about the freedom it gives you, because you are not doing these entire 8 hours. All of us are working, we are doing something else, but we do this. That's why actually we have these meetings in the evening, because otherwise we would have them during the day. We are not doing anything else, but we are all busy during the day. And that is why we schedule this for the evening. And we are giving this, it's actually 30 to 40 minutes or 1 hour at most. And that is the input for the day. Who wouldn't want that? Now, the structure really matters. So I am asking you guys, if you're watching this and you've been watching us and you've been sitting there on the sidelines and you're wondering, oh my God, this burnout, how do I deal with it? We have a structure, we have a system that we are offering to you, that we are actually welcoming you to check out, because this can help you. Remember, we have already said it is not immediate results. We have been building, we are still building, and soon we are going to come here and tell you this has become our plan A. Watch this space. Thank you so much. Back to you, Paris.
Wow, thank you very much, Mary, for letting us know how to ease the burnout. We need to leverage the system, and we are working with online business that has proven system, proven system, and it is working, and a structured online business. You don't have to get that burnout. And as you see us here, maybe sometimes you might wonder, these people, I see them posting. Are they posting when they are working? No, because we have a system. That is what Mary was talking about. We have a system in place. So if you are that person looking for a system, an online business that you can do that has a proven system and a structured business, here it is. Come and try and see for yourself. So thank you very much, Mary, for those important points. And I'll go to our last panelist, and thank you, Mercy, for staying strong despite the challenges of the internet. That is who we are, because we are building our own business. So nobody will push anyone. So that is why Mercy is still here waiting to tell you that our phone or your phone is still a tool. I know we've done so many things with our phone, not knowing they can still create income. Mercy, take us through that. Thank you. Mercy, can you hear us?
Thank you so much, Paris, and my fellow panelists. Good evening. And to our viewers, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I'm having a little bit of challenges. Yeah, my Wi-Fi keeps on throwing me out and back, but hope I'm trusting. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that is what happens. And as we wait for her to come back, I just want to acknowledge one of our business partners in Germany. We have Anne, who has come to like our discussion. And as we continue, we like sharing this discussion. Share this discussion with someone else and tell them why they need this online space for their future. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. And nowadays, everything has moved to the digital space. And I want to encourage our viewers,
Today, the
all our
internet
audience,
has
don't be
reduced.
left behind. whether it's a skill that you want to gain from online, whether it's that knowledge you're looking for, it is now in the online space. So if you see something that is proven and it is true, it is there, you've done your due diligence. Don't miss that opportunity. So thank you. Mercy, I hope now you can take up. Check whether you're able to talk now, Mercy. You're still on mute. Okay. We wanted to talk about the phone. I just want to tell you, for those who have been using their phones, and maybe...
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Good, good, good. Yeah, please proceed.
Okay, let me go on. Okay. Sorry, today the internet has been on my neck, but hopefully it will give me some 2-3.
Okay. No worries about that. So I want to just encourage someone that your phone, that phone that you're using, it is a big tool that you can use and utilize that phone wisely and with a lot of knowledge to get the skills. So whenever you're doing anything, you can get the skills and the knowledge that you need that can keep you moving. Even in this online space that we are doing here, I've seen several people asking us, I just have a smartphone, but I don't have a laptop. And I want to encourage you, that cannot hinder you from getting into this online space. Because what you need, it's just a system where you can train yourself. You can have a space for learning. You can use that phone to learn. There are so many things and so many things that are being done right now with a phone. Even other social media platform, people are using their phones. So use your phone to create an income for you. And you can do that to learn a skill, to get that knowledge. And this online business, we have all those training, how you can do that and still get an income, still change someone's lifestyle, still change your lifestyle, still add value with your phone. So make that use of that phone in a positive way. There are systems in place, and that phone can be a great asset. So don't be left behind with an excuse that you cannot do it, you don't have a laptop. So thank you very much. I'm so grateful to our viewers and our audience, for those who will be coming to watch us later. So if you're there and maybe you've had this discussion and you feel that you want to be part of this team, below our faces, there is a web, a link. Those our link. We don't have a shop that you can tell you directions or give you the location. No, this is where we work. This is where we do our online business. So get that website, get in with a valid email address, then watch a free webinar. There's a webinar there. And before you come to ask us how much does this online business charge, we are not charging. We are not charging. Watch that free webinar and you'll be able to get more information. And from there, we can move to the next level. So for those who have questions, you reach out to us and we'll be able to also respond to your questions. So I want to thank each and every one of you, my business partners, for being there this evening. And to our audiences who will be coming to watch us later, thank you very much. And until next time, we just want to say goodbye, happy Friday, happy good evening, and God bless you.